So today I want to talk about the one thing that I see holding a lot of women back that are over 40 or over 50 like me in getting rid of body fat, in recomping their body, and just firming up. So if you start to monitor your heart rate and really utilize this as your tool, as your guide, you're going to start to change your body. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to use your Apple Watch, or if you have something like a Polar band like this, how you can utilize these really easily to really change your body. So what I see typically happening at the gym or in the women that come into my programs is that they are working out, they are doing something, but it's either they're not working out at enough of an intensity, or they're working out too hard and breaking their bodies down, causing more inflammation, getting more injuries. I see it all the time. I used to do it myself. Back-to-back spin classes, Orange Theory, and then break down my body, not change my body, be skinny fat. And that's not going to work, especially as you get older. And that's why you're not seeing the results that you want to see. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I use my Apple Watch and also how I use my Polar band. And then you guys can decide, if it's something that you want to get, or just use your Apple Watch. I find the Polar band a little bit easier, but I'll show you that in the video, just because depending on what you choose to get your heart rate up, it's a little bit harder to keep checking your watch to see where your heart rate is. And why I suggest tracking your heart rate and just not going based off of like how you're breathing is because when I try that, it's never accurate. So if I'm like breathing really hard and I think I'm at the zone where I need to be and I check my watch, I'm not. So it's a better gauge to actually have a device to really, really track your heart rate accurately. So a lot of women will go to the gym and they'll just like walk on the treadmill for a little bit and then do a little bit of weights, or they'll do the elliptical. But when you do that, you're not getting your heart rate up enough. So that's good for like your daily steps, which is really, really important. I aim for at least 10,000, if not 15,000 steps a day. So that's something that you really have to track as well. This video is about your heart rate, but it's really important to build awareness about your daily movement too, because a lot of women are like, I get a lot of movement. And then when we check it, it's really not a lot. So if you are also getting in your 10,000 steps, then your body is used to that. Your body is very adaptable. So then you need to try and get more steps. So if you're constantly always getting 10,000 steps, then aim for 11 or 12,000 steps. Don't keep doing the same thing. Don't keep getting the steps because you're hitting the 10,000. Continue to challenge yourself. Add 500 more steps every single day. 500 steps you can do in a 5-minute walk. So just because you're hitting that 10,000 step that people say you should hit, if that's easy for you and doable, then your body is used to that. So challenge it. Do more steps. Also, if you love those high intensity classes that you're taking, I'm not telling you to just not do them, but if you're not getting the results that you want in your body, then you're going to have to change something. So cut back on the classes and then do workouts like this that I'm going to talk about in this video. So the sit workouts, the Norwegian 4x4 workouts, and cut back on the intense boot camp or Orange Theory classes that you're doing because they're not working for you. Okay, so I know it's hard because you're in the mindset as like more is better, but trust me, when I figured this out, when I cut back on the more is better workout wise, my body really started to change. So I know it's a hard mental shift for a certain age group like me that is so used to doing cardio to lose weight, but we don't really want to lose weight. We want to firm up. Okay, so you can lose weight a lot of different ways, but we're talking about firming up and changing your body composition so that you can have like a lean, defined body, not be skinny fat. So if you're liking this content, please like and subscribe because I love to post content on fitness, beauty, mindset, and skincare. So I've been a licensed medical esthetician. I've owned a med spa for over 20 years. So I love to help you also firm up your body and your skin. So if you're struggling with cellulite, crepey skin, I talk about all those things as well. I'm also battling that since I recently had an injury and I wasn't able to do these sit workouts. I wasn't able to do lower body training because of some injuries that I had. So I have a free guide down below, fat loss when you are having setbacks. So if you get that guide, you'll also get signed up for my emails where I'm going to weekly email you the workouts that I'm doing specifically and my diet as well. So if you're interested in that, then click the link below for the free guide and you can follow my journey. Or you can book a one-on-one call with me. I do one-on-one training where I help you with your fitness, nutrition, your mindset, and your skincare, specifically for women over 40 that are struggling to change their bodies. It's a completely free call. I would love to help you out. So let's get started. So if you have an Apple Watch, you're going to open up the watch and go to the workouts and then hit high intensity workout. So here I'm doing a rower at home. So we're going to want to get our heart rate from the blue all the way into the red. So here we're in the blue and we want to get it all the way into the red, working really quickly. So here you see I'm going to stop and check my watch to see if it's in the red, and it's really not. So then I have to keep on going to ensure that I'm getting into the zone that I want to get. So that's the problem with the Apple Watch when you're doing an exercise like this to see when you're tracking your heart rate. Now I want to show you when you're tracking, if it gets into the high orange, typically when you stop, it will go into the red. Once you get all the way into the red, now you're going to wait and either just, stop what you're doing or walk around really slowly until your heart rate goes back into the blue. So the more in shape you are, the quicker it's going to drop down into the blue. The less in shape you are, it's going to take a little bit longer to go into the blue. So here it's going into the orange, and then it will drop into the blue, and then you're going to repeat this same thing at least 2 times, up to 8 times. The more in shape that you get, you're going to, repeat it up to 8 times, also depending how much time you have. So just watch my heart rate as it's going down. I'm pretty in shape, so it goes down pretty quickly. So yours could totally vary and be different than mine. So here we are in the blue, and then you're going to repeat. This is amazing for fat burning. I'm just showing you here my watch closer up so you can get an idea. Your data will be different than mine. It's based on your height and your weight. Now I just want to show an example when I use my polar band. So here I'm doing kettlebell swings actually at the gym. So it's easier for me to monitor. I don't have to keep checking my watch. So I have the app linked to my phone so I can more easily watch when my heart rate is going from the blue to the green to the orange to the red. It really just depends, if you think it's worth getting. But for me, it's made such a difference in tracking, my workouts, my heart rate, and helping really to drop fat and really change my body. So here again, you can see my heart rate going into the yellow. And as soon as it gets into the high yellow, you really can stop because there will be a lag. And when your heart rate jumps into the red, then you will rest, have your heart rate drop all the way back down, and then repeat. So there's something called a Norwegian 4x4 where you do 4 minutes where you don't go into the red, you go into the yellow, and then you bring your heart rate down for another like 3 to 4 minutes and repeat that. So I just did that today at the gym, and I just want to show you kind of what it looks like when you're tracking it on your Apple Watch or on your polar bands. So this you repeat for 4 times. So your heart rate is not going to get into the red. So this is a really good way to increase your VO2 max, but it also helps with fat loss as you're getting older. I do this 1 time a week, and I will do that sit training 2 to 3 times a week to help in recomping my body and dropping fat. And then I will just aim for 10 to 15,000 steps per day. If you do this Norwegian 4x4, you will see you will have even amounts in the yellow and the green and nothing in the red. If you're struggling with anything specifically, please put it down below. I would love to help you out in any way I can. I'm super passionate about helping women age with confidence and strength. If you cannot work with me one-on-one, there will be other programs that I will be launching in order to help the women that have been contacting me that cannot work with me one-on-one.